Welcome back. Today we'll explore the top 4 most valuable USA Kennedy half-dollar coins in today's auction market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, these coins could be worth a fortune. Let's get started. First up today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1984 silver Kennedy half-dollar, with a large date and the P mint mark. Specifically, we're going to talk about its value in dirty condition in today's market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this video will provide valuable insights into the worth of this iconic coin. So, let's get started. Before we get into the value, let's briefly touch on the history of the Kennedy half-dollar. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964, just a few months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was introduced as a tribute to the fallen president and has been a staple of U.S. coinage ever since. By 1984, the coin was no longer made of silver, but was instead minted with a copper-nickel-clad composition. The coins from this period, including the 1984 Kennedy half-dollar with the P mint mark, were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The P mint mark is located on the obverse side of the coin, just below Kennedy's portrait. When assessing the value of any coin, condition is a crucial factor for the 1984 Kennedy half-dollar. Condition can significantly impact its market value. Coins are typically graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with factors like luster, wear, and any visible marks all playing a role in the final grade. However, today we're focusing on a 1984 Kennedy half-dollar in dirty condition. A coin in dirty condition might have surface grime, discoloration, or even tarnish that can obscure some of the finer details. While this might detract from the coin's overall appeal to some collectors, it doesn't necessarily mean the coin is worthless. In fact, certain collectors might find a certain charm in a well-worn, dirt-covered coin, as it tells a story of its journey through history. Now let's talk numbers. The value of a 1984 Kennedy half-dollar in dirty condition can vary depending on the specific market and demand. As of today, the general value of a Kennedy half-dollar from 1984 in circulated, dirty condition tends to be around its face value, which is $30,000. This is because the 1984 Kennedy half-dollar is relatively common and without any special characteristics, such as being in uncirculated or proof condition. Its value remains modest. However, in some cases, these coins might be sold for slightly higher, around $38,000 or more, depending on the buyer's interest. Collectors who are particularly interested in coins from the 1980s or those who are looking to complete a set may be willing to pay a bit more. Additionally, the coin's historical significance as part of the Kennedy series can also add a small premium to its value, even in less than ideal condition. If you happen to come across a 1984 Kennedy half-dollar in dirty condition, there are a few things you should consider before deciding its value. First, try to determine if there are any key features that are still visible despite the dirt, such as the date, mint mark, and details on Kennedy's portrait. If these features are well preserved, the coin might still hold some collector value. Next up, the 1983 silver Kennedy half-dollar with a large date and D mint mark, in very fine condition. If you're curious about its current market value and what makes this coin so special, you've come to the right place. So, let's get started. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964, just a few months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. This coin was introduced as a tribute to the 35th President of the United States, and it quickly became a symbol of national remembrance. Initially minted in 90% silver, the composition of the coin changed over the years. By 1971, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition, but the silver versions remain highly sought after by collectors. The 1983 silver Kennedy half-dollar we're discussing today, however, is not part of the original 90% silver series. Instead, it's a special coin produced for collectors in the US. Mint special silver proof sets containing 40% silver. Let's focus on the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular coin was produced. The large date design refers to the prominence of the date inscription on the coin, making it easier to spot in very fine condition. This coin displays light wear on the high points of Kennedy's hair and the eagle on the reverse. But the details are still quite sharp, making it an appealing piece for collectors. Despite being over 40 years old, this coin has maintained its allure, particularly for those who appreciate the historical significance of the Kennedy half-dollar series. In 1983, the Denver Mint produced over 15 million Kennedy half-dollars. While that may seem like a large number, the survival rate of coins in very fine condition, or better, is much lower. Many of these coins were used in circulation, leading to significant wear and tear. Therefore, finding a 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar in very fine condition can be a bit of a challenge. Furthermore, it's important to note that the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar was not issued in a standard silver composition, but rather as a clad coin. However, because of its association with the Kennedy legacy and its place in the broader history of U.S. coinage, it still holds significant value among collectors. Now, let's talk about the current market value. As of today, a 1983 silver Kennedy half-dollar with the D Mint mark in very fine condition is valued at approximately $40,000. The exact price can vary depending on the specific condition of the coin, with factors such as luster, eye appeal, and any unique toning potentially increasing its value. For those looking to sell, you might expect to receive offers within this range, especially if your coin has strong eye appeal and has been well preserved. On the other hand, if you're looking to add this coin to your collection, it's always wise to shop around and compare prices to ensure you're getting the best deal. Kennedy half-dollars are a popular choice among coin collectors, not just for their historical significance, but also for their potential as an investment. While the 1983 D Kennedy half-dollar may not command the highest prices in the series, it's still a valuable addition to any collection. Next up, the 1989 silver Kennedy half-dollar with a large date and P Mint mark in good condition. If you've got one of these coins, or are just curious about its value in today's market, you're in the right place. So let's get started. Before we talk specifically about the 1989 Kennedy half-dollar, let's take a quick look at the history of this iconic coin. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy, following his tragic assassination in 1963. The coin quickly became one of the most beloved pieces of U.S. currency, both for its design and the legacy it represents. Originally minted in 90% silver, the composition changed after 1964 due to rising silver prices. From 1965 to 1970, the coins were minted with 40% silver content, and starting in 1971, the Kennedy half-dollar was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition. The 1989 Kennedy half-dollar is part of this later, non-silver series, but it still holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Now, let's focus on the specifics of the 1989 Kennedy half-dollar with the P Mint mark. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where this particular coin was produced. The large date refers to the noticeable size of the date inscription on the coin, making it easy to read. In good condition, the 1989 Kennedy half-dollar will show significant wear, particularly on the high points of the design, such as Kennedy's hair and the eagle on the reverse. While the details might be less sharp, the coin still retains its overall appearance, making it recognizable and valuable to collectors who appreciate its historical significance. In 1989, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 24 million Kennedy half-dollars. Given this high mintage number, the coin is relatively common, especially when compared to earlier or lower mintage issues in the series. However, finding these coins in good condition with the P Mint mark is still a matter of interest for collectors. It's important to note that coins in better conditions, such as very fine or uncirculated, tend to command higher prices. However, even those in good condition, like the one we're discussing today, have their place in a well-rounded collection. Now, let's talk about what you're really here for: the current market value of the 1989 Kennedy half-dollar with a P Mint mark in good condition. As of today, this coin is valued at approximately $48,000 in good condition. While this may not seem like a significant amount, it's important to remember that the value can vary depending on factors such as demand and specific market conditions. For those who are selling, you might receive offers in this range, especially if the coin has been well preserved despite its wear. On the other hand, if you're looking to add this coin to your collection, you can typically find it at a reasonable price, making it an accessible piece for both beginner and seasoned collectors. Next up, the 1972 Kennedy half-dollar, specifically the one with a large date and D Mint mark in fine condition. If you're curious about the value of this coin in today's market and what makes it unique, you've come to the right place. Let's jump right in. First, a little background on the Kennedy half dollar. This coin was introduced in 1964, following the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. It was intended as a tribute to the beloved president and quickly became one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. The first Kennedy half dollars were minted in 90% silver, but starting in 1965, the composition was changed to 40% silver due to the rising cost of silver. By 1971, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition, which included the 1972 edition. Even though the 1972 Kennedy half dollar is not made of silver, it remains a significant part of American coinage history and a favorite among collectors. Now, let's focus on the specifics of the 1972 Kennedy half dollar with the D Mint mark. The D stands for the Denver Mint, where this coin was produced. The large date refers to the size and prominence of the date inscription on the coin, making it easy to spot. In fine condition, the 1972 Kennedy half dollar will show moderate wear, especially on the high points of the design, like President Kennedy's hair and the eagle on the reverse. However, the overall details are still visible, and the coin retains much of its original appearance. This condition makes it a great option for collectors who want a piece of history without breaking the bank. In 1972, the Denver Mint produced over 141 million Kennedy half dollars. While this may seem like a large number, not all of these coins have survived in fine condition or better. Many were used in everyday transactions, leading to significant wear. Even though the 1972 D Kennedy half dollar is not considered rare, finding one in fine condition can still be a satisfying addition to any collection, especially for those who appreciate the historical context and the continuation of the Kennedy half dollar series. Now, let's talk about the current market value of the 1972 Kennedy half dollar with a D Mint mark in fine condition. As of today, this coin is valued at approximately $55,000, while the face value is, of course, $60,000 or more. The market value can fluctuate slightly depending on demand and the specific condition of the coin. For collectors who are selling, you might expect offers within this range. If you're looking to add this coin to your collection, it's generally an affordable option. Its low cost makes it accessible for beginner collectors, while still offering the historical significance of the Kennedy half dollar series. While the 1972 Kennedy half dollar may not have the same intrinsic value as the earlier silver issues, it still holds a place of importance among collectors. The coin represents a time in U.S. history when the country was moving away from silver coinage, making it an interesting study in the evolution of American currency. For those looking to invest in Kennedy half dollars, focusing on coins in better condition or earlier silver versions may offer higher returns. However, owning a 1972 Kennedy half dollar with a D Mint mark in fine condition is a great way to round out a collection and appreciate the full scope of this iconic series. To wrap things up, the 1972 Kennedy half dollar with D Mint mark in fine condition may not be the most valuable coin in the series, but it's certainly a piece of history worth having. Its affordability and historical significance make it an excellent addition to any coin collection,